When I first started dating Maya, I fell for her energy. She was confident, charming, and always surrounded by laughter. Wherever she went, people noticed her. I, on the other hand, was the quiet type, the one who believed that love wasn't about gifts or luxury, but about effort and time. Maya said she liked that about me. For a while, I believed her. We'd been together for almost a year when her tone began to change. It started with little comments, how her friend's boyfriend took her to a fancy restaurant, or how another got surprised with jewelry. I brushed it off, thinking she was just talking casually. But over time, the comments became comparisons. "You never buy me anything," she said one evening, scrolling through her phone. "Do you even notice the things I like?" I worked as an accountant at a mid-sized firm. My income was decent, but I had student loans and supported my mother's medical bills. I explained that I was saving for something meaningful, maybe a small trip for us, or even a future home. She smiled and said she understood. But a few days later, I got a text that made my stomach sink. "Stop being stingy," it said. "My friends' boyfriends buy them expensive bags. Where's mine?" At first, I thought she was joking. I even laughed and replied, "Maybe I'll surprise you one day." But she didn't reply for hours. That night, when we met, her mood was cold. She showed me pictures of luxury handbags on her phone. "See this," she said. "It's not even that expensive. You just don't want to spend money on me." I felt something inside me shift. I tried explaining again that my idea of love wasn't built on gifts, it was built on presence, care, and shared goals. But she rolled her eyes. "That's what people say when they're broke," she snapped. The words stung more than I expected. 4 weeks after that, I started questioning myself. Was I really being cheap? Was I failing her as a boyfriend? I even went to a store once and held one of those designer bags in my hands. It cost almost 2 months of my rent. I put it back down, realizing that buying it wouldn't fix what was already broken, her expectations. Things between us grew tense. She started going out more with her friends, posting pictures of fancy dinners, and tagging phrases like, "You only live once." I stopped hearing from her as often. Then one night, I got another message, "Don't worry about the bag anymore. Someone else already did." It felt like someone had pulled the ground from under me. My heart hurt, not because of the loss, but because I realized I had been loving someone who measured affection in price tags. I didn't reply. I just sat in silence, thinking about all the times I had chosen her happiness over my own comfort, and how little it had meant. Months passed. I focused on work, helped my mother recover, and even started saving again, this time, for myself. I realized how peaceful life could be when you weren't constantly trying to prove your worth with things you couldn't afford. One evening, I ran into Maya at a coffee shop. She looked different, tired, like someone who'd been chasing something she never caught. She smiled weakly and asked how I'd been. "Better," I said honestly. She nodded and admitted, "I thought expensive things would make me feel loved. Turns out they don't." For the first time, I didn't feel anger or sadness. Just understanding. We talked for a few minutes, then went our separate ways. I wished her well and walked out feeling lighter than I had in years. That night, I bought a small leather notebook and wrote something on the first page. "Love isn't a transaction. It's a choice you make every day, without a receipt." And that's when I finally understood. I wasn't stingy. I was just saving my love for someone who'd value it without needing proof in a shopping bag.